Attention. There will be a special announcement after this video. Don't miss it. Now that we have fully recovered from the previous analysis video, we come to part 3, which addresses the requirements of connecting chords in minor keys, specifically when an inverted dominant 7th chord resolves to the minor 1 or tonic triad. If you have not already viewed it, this would be a good time to go back and watch or review part 1 on the natural resolution of inverted dominant 7th chords. See link in the description. That said, in minor keys, the 4 positions of the dominant 7th chord sound exactly the same as in major, because the notes are the same. There is a difference, however, in the thorough bass figures. Do you see it? In minor, all the intervals have to be represented in the bass figures. Why? Because of the raised 7th scale degree, the artificially created leading tone of most minor modes. Since this altered tone is not in the key signature, accidentals are required. The root position 5/7 shows the raised 3rd, whether sharp, natural, or double sharp. The second inversion figure indicates an altered 6th interval, whether sharp, natural, or double sharp. The third inversion figure points to the chromatically raised 4th of the chord, whether sharp, natural, or double sharp. Only the first inversion figures remain unchanged, because the bass note itself carries the accidental of the raised 7th scale degree. This altered bass note is the leading tone of the first inversion 5/7 chord in minor keys. All this means, of course, is that accidentals added to the upper voices will reflect those in the bass figures. To determine the proper accidentals to add to the 7th scale degree, whether sharp, natural, double sharp sign, we look at the key signature. Now we consider how inversions of the dominant 7th chord resolve naturally to the tonic, the minor 1 chord. The altered 7th degree, the leading tone, is in the bass and outer voice. For this reason, the first inversion 5/7 chord must, in practice, resolve to the root position minor 1 or tonic triad. Both 3rd and 7th of the inverted 5/7, indicated in red, resolve in contrary motion by diatonic step, no skipping or leaping, and the root of the 5/7 is retained in the same voice as a common tone, the 5th of the 1 chord, indicated in blue. The same principle applies to open position chord voicings. The leading tone in the bass, the chord 3rd, resolves upward, the 7th downward. Again, both 3rd and 7th of 5/7 resolve by diatonic step in contrary motion, and the 5/7 root stays in the same voice. Only the 5th of the 5/7 has a choice of direction, whether up or down. When the 5th of the 5/7 is in the bass, there are 2 possible resolutions to the tonic triad, root position 1 or first inversion 1. In the first instance, resolving to the root position 1 presents nothing unusual, whether close or open voicing. As for the second instance, resolving to the inverted 1, one of the upper voices will naturally double the bass note, which is the 3rd of the first inversion tonic chord. The 5/7 chord in 3rd inversion is figured as shown. Note the accidentals. This inversion resolves to the first inversion tonic, which is a 6 chord. Why? Sevenths are dissonant, so when the seventh of the chord is in the bass, it resolves its dissonance by descending a step to the third of the tonic triad. Here are third inversion 5/7s to tonic 6 chords in which the fifth of the chord, the supertonic, resolves by an upward step. The motion of remaining chord members follows the natural course of least resistance, common tones, conjunct motion to nearest neighbors, and so forth. Did you notice the doubled thirds? Finally, third inversion 5/7s to tonic 6 triads, where one voice skips or leaps to the dominant scale degree. All this is perfectly acceptable. Incidentally, why do you think that frustrated leading tone in the tenor on the left is permitted? Today we presented the root position dominant 7th chord and its 3 inversions, showed how they are figured in minor keys, as well as how to, in a natural fashion, resolve their inherent dissonances into a stable minor tonic chord. As before, the inverted 5/7s and their resolutions to the tonic always work as complete chords. Granted, sometimes it is necessary to double the third of the tonic triad, but the fifth of the 5/7 need not be omitted, except when dominant 7th and tonic chords are both in root position. In a follow-up presentation, we'll present a few examples for analysis, specifically inverted dominant 7th to tonic triad progressions in minor modes. You, the student, will have the opportunity to put this material to work. Thank you for watching. If you like what you are learning, please share a link to this video. Post a question if you need clarification on the above points. To receive notifications of future uploads, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Now for that special announcement. Coming right up, the Fundamentals to Fugue channel is celebrating. Are you ready? Our 100th video upload. We also wish to thank our hundreds of subscribers and thousands of viewers and sharers for helping to make it feel even more worthwhile.